Welcome everyone on this beautiful day. Joe and Allie have brought us together to celebrate their love and union in matrimony. Thank you all for joining us and being part of this love story. After years of nurturing a beautiful, strong relationship, it's great to see these two taking the next step towards being a family. If you would please bow your head, I'd like to begin with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for Joe and Allie. And thank you that you brought them together for this special day. We ask that you watch over them as they continue their journey together. We pray that you bless them as they exchange their vows. Help them to continue to enjoy each other as they did when they first met. Help them to realize that nothing nor no one is perfect, and to look for the good in all things and all people, including themselves. Help them to realize that no matter what happens to them, they will hold on to each other and know that all things have a way of working out for the good. Tech. I decided not to do that shit. Bless each with the inward qualities of integrity, trust, cooperation, and forgiveness, that they may live together in love and peace. Amen. Nice. Okay, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Brian Lobitz, and I'm Allie's uncle and godfather. Joe and Allie have had a unique path. They first met in elementary school at Robinson Ranch, and then continued their relationship at Mission Viejo. And that's really when they started their relationship. But God had a plan for them that sent Joe to UCLA and Allie to Cal. They both excelled at their respective schools, and while there was distance between them, they stayed connected. They have always been high achievers in anything they have chosen to do. And as most already know, Joe continued his education at Stanford Business School and got his MBA, which took them to the Bay Area. This move provided them with a great opportunity to be an independent couple. We're all very proud of the two of you for what you've accomplished individually and together. Joe and Allie, I want to thank you for the notes that you sent out prior to this event. It was very insightful and a great way to get everybody connected. And it also, I think, allowed people here to understand where they have a special place in your heart. When I asked Joe and Allie about the bridal party, they said we couldn't limit it. They said everybody here is part of the bridal party. So I think maybe we're going to break a Guinness Book of World Records today for bridal party size. I particularly enjoyed the note you wrote about Joe fishing with Uncle Jack. It reminded me of one of my favorite Allie memories. Remember this? We took a family trip to June Lake. Allie was able to go with us. I think Darcy was probably 8, Haley was 7, and Allie was 6. And the first night we got in really late, and all 3 girls said, "We want to go fishing." I said, "But you gotta get up early to go fishing." I said, "We don't care. We want to go fishing." I think they were up the next morning before I was. So what I told them was, I didn't care if they caught a fish. What I cared about was, could you learn to bait a hook and cast a line? And that's what I cared about most. And they learned to do that. Unfortunately, there weren't a lot of fish to be caught. In fact, I think the last day we were there, they came with the trucks to dump all the fishing nets. But it was a great time. And then, Allie, I don't know if you remember, but on that trip, I think we heard the song Burning Love about 1,000 times. Now, albeit it was the Lilo and Stitch version, but we heard it a lot, and it always brought me. And I think that song, Burning Love, is very appropriate for us here today. And when the three of us met a few weeks ago to discuss the wedding, you made a comment about how Joe's introduction into the Collins family was very similar to mine into the Jones family. I felt blessed to meet your Aunt KK and integrated into their family and spent significantly more time at their house than I did at my own. Does that sound familiar? I was fortunate that I got to spend not only a lot of time with your Aunt KK, but also with your Mom Beth, your brother Matt, and Allie's Nana Marlene was an amazing woman. And I know that she is looking down with a huge smile on her face right now, just as I know your grandmother Julian is looking at. Well, Joe had a similar experience when the two of you started dating. He was welcomed into the Collins home, spending as much time there as he possibly could. They have shared so many great memories, whether it was game nights, dinners, pajama nights, TV shows, sporting events, whatever it was that brought them together, spending quality time with Allie, McKenna, Kate, Ed, and Beth. Allie, it seemed like every soccer game that I went to, and there were quite a few, Joe was always there, cheering you on, and keeping Kate busy with the ball on the sideline too. And I would say I have deep roots in the Bay Area too, so we have that in common as well. Joe and Allie enjoy traveling, and food is often a key component to choosing their destination. Come to find out that Joe leveraged Allie's love for food to spend more time with her in high school. I heard that Golden Spoon was your go-to place. I had the opportunity to meet with Joe's parents, Joe Sr. and Pam, Allie's parents, Ed and Beth, and also with your Aunt KK, to talk about what is marriage and family, and Joe and Allie. Combined, and then meeting with them allowed me to triangulate the thoughts of marriage and intimacy. Everyone said in very similar words that Joe and Allie complement each other so well, and that they keep each other grounded. Everyone consistently amazing how much you two benefit from your strengths and weaknesses. They also said marriage is everything, but it is not a straight line. It is an unexpected adventure, a journey. As a couple, you should enjoy life, always believe in each other, keep the spark alive, have fun while being supportive during any challenging times, and give 60, expect 40. Romans 12 verse 10 says, be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above yourselves. I thought I would also get the perspective of a young married couple as well. So I talked to Sterling and Haley what advice they might have. And they told me, marry your best friend, and it takes work every day. I think you guys have the first part down really well, and I know you're both always up for the task to work. So now you have 102 years of marital advice. I'm reminded of a story that the priest told your aunt and me when we got married. During our ceremony, he said, marriage is like rowing a canoe. There will be days where life will be effortless. You'll be rowing in complete harmony. Enjoy those moments. Those are awesome. Then he said, there's going to be days where Allie's going to come to you, Joe, and say, I just don't have the energy. And you're going to have to row for both. And then then there will be days, Allie, where Joe's going to come to you and say, you're going to be great for both. And then there's going to be days where the oars are just thrashing in the water. And you guys won't seem like you're going in a different direction. And it'll be really important at that time to recognize it, take a pause, take a step back, and realize what's not working. Trust, respect, okay? He also told us a story about a couple that he had interviewed. They had been married for 70 years. And he said, what advice would you give to newly married couples? But I think it applies to any married couple. They both at the same time said, be nice. Corinthians 13 verse 4 says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. Be nice, it sounds so simple, but you'll find yourselves challenged at times. And when you are, remember those words of wisdom. Lastly, your friends and family are an amazing support system. I encourage you to allow them to help you whenever it is appropriate. And with that, Allie and Joe have written their vows.
Thank you guys all for being here today, and thank you, Uncle Brian. That was beautiful. It's an honor to have you marry us tonight. Joe, I've thought about this moment standing next to you truly since high school. From the very start of our relationship, you were my person, my best friend. It's a kind of fit that's so comfortable and natural. We really did feel it from the beginning that our lives were going to be together. High school feels like a long time ago, but we've been in each other's lives for even longer than that, since elementary school. We had class together every year, we shared friends, some that are here today, and we'd run into each other on the soccer field, of course. There was something about you that always grabbed my attention. I'd feel this excitement and nervousness around you, sometimes rolling my eyes and getting annoyed by you, which hasn't changed. That was mostly during your slightly cocky sweatband wearing phase in middle school. Some of us will remember well, 7th grade Joe. But I've always admired the way you confidently walk into a room and make friends everywhere you go. You have this natural way of being yourself and instantly connecting with people. Your optimism for life is something that has fueled our relationship from the start. You have brought me so much joy to our lives. It's the little daily things like your considerate acts of making me coffee in the morning, cleaning the apartment, or putting the keys in the right place because you know I'll lose them, having my vows in your back pocket, but it's also the big things too. It's the adventures, the new life chapters that you open up for us and encourage us to step into, always without fear. I have been able to experience so many places, learnings, and people as your partner because you seek out the most in life and you live it to the fullest. And the greatest gift is I know you always have our best interest at heart. That fuels the grind of career, for planning for the future, but also the dedicated time we love to carve out for each other every day, making dinner, watching our shows. We have always prioritized one another, and I genuinely love being around you. You are my favorite person. I always pick you first, and I know you do the same for me. Joe, to know you is to love you. I think everyone here tonight feels that way, and I have the honor of having the deepest love for you. I'm so excited for this next chapter of marriage to be your wife. We've been together for 12 plus years, but this is different. As we go into this new level of partnership, into our marriage, I promise to support you and uplift you, being your biggest fan and your rock for emotional stress. I promise to bring levity to our relationship, keeping the silliness, making jokes, I even promise to let you steal my jokes, which you always do anyway, but without getting mad. And I promise the best I can to keep an optimistic lens on our life and continue jumping into new challenges with an open heart. And I promise to continue to remind you of how special you are, let you know how much your hard work and thoughtfulness means to me and for our life. We are a team. You are home to me, and I am so blessed to have you as my partner. I love you.
So much, Al. So while our relationship officially started 12 years ago, after those 8 cups of coffee that I thought would give me the courage to ask you to be my girlfriend, my affection for you really started so much earlier. I can still close my eyes to this day, and I vividly remember how I felt about you back when you were in 5th grade. I can see you walking your dog down our street with your cute Anaheim Angels tattoo on your cheek from the game the night before. And I've always felt this connection and specialness about you. And what's so crazy to me today is how I felt about you back then, even when we were so young, is exactly how I feel about you today. You are truly the most special person in the world to me. Now, the way that you support our relationship in every single way is truly incredible, and is something I love so much about you. You bring this support in not only your words, but in how you show up for me, and more importantly, how you show up for us as a couple. Your relentless support of our relationship was there when we were trying to navigate long distance in college, when we would spend every Sunday on the bench and talking about what our future could hold and look like, and even in most recently deciding to move up north. Your support for our relationship is always at the forefront of how you lead your life every single day, and it's truly something special. Allie, you are so filled with love, thoughtfulness, commitment, and care. And this, combined with how much you prioritize us, I know is why you're the best partner in the world and will be such an amazing parent for our future family. In thinking about the future, I wanted to share something that I've never shared with you before. Whether it's 11/11 or on birthdays, you've always asked me what I wish for. And what I wish for on all those occasions is that we, together, will have a happy and fulfilled life. And truly, this is not just simply a wish, which is why I don't mind saying it out loud, but rather it's a commitment to what I hope to create with you. Now, I know it's not always going to be easy, but as I look toward the future, I promise to always bring a sense of fun and spontaneity in our relationship as well. Brian mentioned this. Whether it's through spontaneous vacations or more realistically random 2-hour car rides for far-off food and drink destinations, because our journeys there are always filled with so much fun memories. Allie, I promise to love and support you, giving you the best of myself every single day. Even if I shy away from them, I promise to lean into difficult conversations, knowing that through these, a stronger bond between us will form and emerge from it. I promise always to be your teammate through both the good times and the bad, always remembering that we are forever on the same team. And lastly, as Jack said to Kate and Family Man, I promise to always choose us. I love you so much, and I can't wait for the rest of your lives together.
Wow, not sure how to follow that. That was incredible. Okay, so now we have the declaration of intent. So your response. Okay. Not yet. Soon. Soon. We'll get there, I promise. Through whatever challenges and triumphs life brings you, will you love her, honor her, and cherish her, and no other for the rest of your life? Allie, will you take Joe to be your lawfully wedded husband from this day forward, through whatever challenges and triumphs life brings you? Will you love him, honor him, and cherish him, and no other for the rest of your life? Awesome. Now time. Wedding ring is an unbroken circle, which symbolizes unending and everlasting love. It is a visible symbol that represents your inner commitment to one another. Because these circles are designed without an ending, they speak of eternity. May these rings which you give to each other be a sign of your love, trust, and faithfulness. You ready? Okay. Joe, repeat after me. Allie, with this ring, I thee wed, and I do promise to love, honor, and cherish you, in good times and in bad, for richer or poor, in sickness and health, as long as we both shall live. Allie, repeat after me. Joe, with this ring, I thee wed and do promise to love, honor, and cherish you, in good times and bad, for richer or poor, in sickness and health, as long as we both shall live. Joe and Allie, having proclaimed your love and commitment to one another, and in the eyes of these loved ones, and with the power vested in me by the state of California, I am happy to pronounce you husband and wife. Joe, you can kiss your bride.
Our baby got married. So this is not the emotional part, I promise. It's coming in a little bit. We just want to thank all of you for coming out. This already has been such a phenomenal weekend. And it's so special that all of you have joined us. As we're going to talk about in a little bit, you are defined as Allie and Joe's peeps. And that has great meaning. We're so blessed and happy and thankful that you're all here. This is going to be a fun night. There's a whole bunch ahead of us, but what a phenomenal wedding that was. What a phenomenal ceremony. The vows, which came from the heart, were just so impressive and just so inspirational. We're so proud of you guys. It's awesome. So we love you very much. Let's get going here. Let's have fun. I'm going to say a little prayer here if you don't mind. So we'll just bow our heads and say, Heavenly Father, we thank you so very much. We're so grateful for all of these friends and family that have come together tonight to celebrate Joe and Allie and their marriage and their bond together. We ask that you give them a hedge of protection, that you just look over us this evening. And you know what, Lord? I'm asking that everybody has a blast. I pray this in your name tonight. Amen.
One more round of applause. Keep it going. The bride's side.
All right, everyone, we just want to thank you so much for coming out tonight. This is such a special group of people, and we are just so happy that we were able to get to know each and every single one of you tonight. So just for a little reference point, when I was super little, I wasn't able to say Allie, so I called her Aya as a nickname, and it has stuck ever since. So for the rest of my story, if I call her Aya, now you know why. So Allie and Joe, Aya, have such a fairy tale relationship. It's one that's straight out of the movies. They grew up on the same street. They went to elementary school together, where their 6th grade teacher, Mr. Yance, predicted that one day they'd get married. They became high school sweethearts, did long distance in college, and here we are today, and the rest is history. So amazing. So happy for you guys. Woo! first came into our lives when I was in 3rd grade, believe it or not. Crazy. It's been a really long time, 12 years. And so I was super nervous one day, and I just remember overhearing her talking to my mom. Oh my gosh, my friend Josephina is coming over. I'm so nervous. I'm like, what the heck? Hey, Josephina, why are you so nervous that your friend is coming over to our house? Okay, well, a boy knocked on our door that day, and I said, oh, that's not Josephina, that's Josephia. Okay, makes sense now. From that moment forward, Joe was my brother. For real. We fight all the time. My God. He knows exactly how to get under my skin, but we're also best friends, and it's really incredible. I love our relationship. I'm very notorious for taking my afternoon naps every single day. Joe would time it out perfectly, he still does, where he would crash into our door, he would jump on top of me to wake me up. Classic. Another story. I was sipping a can of Sprite one day. Delicious. Walked out of the room for a quick second, came back, took a big old swig of that can, only to realize that Joe had put a packet of hoisin sauce in that. Spit it out, spit it all over him, and he was just belly laughing. This is all just classic Joe, and it's just so fun. We fight all the time, pull pranks on each other, but I wouldn't have it any other way. But on the flip side, like I said, we're best friends. We're buds. And we would hang out all the time. We'd kick the soccer ball around. We'd play Mario Kart, where I would absolutely annihilate him. He hates to admit that, but he never beat me. I was always better. And Joe, I could not be happier that we are officially siblings now. Congrats. And to Aya. Oh my God, I could get really emotional right now, you guys. So bear with me. You are one of the best humans I've ever met in my life, and I look up to you so much. We are 7 years apart. She's 7 years older than me, and I think it would be really easy for an older sister to check out and find it kind of lame to hang out with their younger sister. But you, Aya, you have always been the type of person that really cares for other people. And I think a lot of you could admit that, you know, if you find someone lonely in the corner, she's the first person to come up and make sure that you have a friend. That's just a huge testament to your character. I firsthand can say that as her little sister. And we would hang out all the time playing Polly Pockets. We would sing karaoke in the car, and I think our classic song was Roses by Outkast. We had our own little dance to it and everything.
Yeah.
Super fun. We would play Totally Spies, which was a little cartoon growing up where it's like these 3 girls fighting crime, solving mysteries, stuff like that. We'd run through the hills of our neighborhood playing that. But I think my favorite edition of this was when our family went to a vacation at Hawaii. And after hours, Aya and I climbed up a water slide and we're like totally solving these crimes and stuff. And next thing we know, a security guard is like flashing the light up at us. And it's like, you need to come out. And we shot a glance at each other and we're like, oh God. Any of you who know Aya know that she hates getting in trouble. So what did she do? She ratted me out. And she said, you're younger and cuter, you go down. So I did. I didn't get in trouble. I was, what, like 7 years old? What are you going to do? So we got away with it, and we were just giggling so much, and I think this is just a really great story for how great of an imagination you have, and you are so quick to laugh, and you make people feel so important, and make sure that wherever you are, they're having a good time above anything else. For real. Yeah. And I just want to thank you for never outgrowing me, because for my 22 years I've been alive, you've been my best friend, and that is really special to me.
Yeah.
Thank you. So congrats to the two of you. I could not be any happier, and I can't wait to see where your journey will take you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm a little bit emotional today, so just bear with me. I'm McKenna, the other maid of honor, and it's been such an honor to be able. Oh my gosh.
Woo! It's all good, Ken.
There's a lot.
Woo!
We love emotions.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Ken, I'm next.
It's gonna get worse.
You guys, I can't even do my speech.
Do it.
Honestly, my favorite couple. It's been an honor to watch you guys for the last 12 years. Joe, for 12 years. We've called you, especially the last 2 years. You're like our brother. It's been so cool. You're like our brother. Yeah, Joe Sophia, he's like our brother. He's grown up at our house the last 12 years. That's a long time, especially when you're in your 20s now. 29, still 20s. 30, Joe's 30 now, he's sitting. But you guys, it's been a long time, but 12 years, and it's been the coolest thing to now officially be able to say, you're our brother. Seriously, I'm so happy for you guys. Woo! This is, it's been emotional. And it's been the coolest thing to watch you guys grow together and as a couple. And I love you both so much. And I've got to say, 12 years ago, Joe, I was one of the first people that Joe told he had a crush on Allie. So I'm going to take that and run with it because I kind of feel like I had a little something to do with setting them up a little bit. That's true. And I'm so glad you took that crush and ran with it because you guys are literally perfect together. And I could not pick a better man for my sister to marry. Oh my God. Now for Allie. Woo. If you can't tell, I'm the emotional sister. Allie has one of the kindest hearts, and it's been an honor to be able to celebrate with you in these last 2 years specifically, like building up to this day. It has been such an honor to spend all of this time with you. You have the kindest heart. You're the first person I can always call. God. I'm so sorry.
But you're still a
Truly, I love you, and I look up to you, and I want to be more like you. Oh my God. So sorry. It's a lot. Allie, truly, you're one of a kind. Kate and I are so lucky to have you as a best friend. It's not a better person with a kinder heart. And I love you. And both of you. So it's been the ongoing joke. So sorry. The last 2 years that Kate and I have said we're engaged.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Finally we get to say we're married. Cheers to you guys. We love you very much. And we just can't wait to celebrate life with you.
Well, cheers. Give it up one more.
So first off, I just want to say congratulations, Joe and Allie. Like, you know, I'm just so glad to be here, be able to celebrate with you two and your friends and family. And it was just like a perfect setting for you guys to get married in a place that you guys both love. I'm Joe's younger brother, Evan, or as he apparently calls me in the relationship, bar setter. I'm not too sure about that one, as like he was the first to be, you know, in a serious long-term relationship, and as of today, the first to be married, which is the ultimate goal of a relationship. So, congrats. I also want to clarify another point in Joe's very thoughtful emails. He said the most important decision that our parents made was moving to Glen Echo, and it was actually me behind that decision by just merely just existing and requiring more space to pester you. So that all set off the chain of events that brings us here today. Joe is truly the bar setter, not just academically or professionally, but just in how he treats others. He brings people together, from childhood friends to college friends to adulthood. Like we're all here today because we all love you. It's evidenced by everybody here today just how much of an impact you have and how much we all care about you. I'm truly happy and thankful to have you as a brother and as a guide in my life. Now it's Allie's turn to be called the bar setter. The first bar he set was looking past Joe's early fro in high school. Yes, this is the person for me. But seriously, like ever since you guys have been together, I've always just noticed how amazing and fun of a person you are. You know, you've always set a great example of a partner I would want to be by my side, like you are to my brother. You know, I laugh every single Christmas when parents say not to bring anything, and you always show up with wine or flowers. And it just forces Marissa to say, you know, I gotta bring something too, because Allie's always gonna bring something. You know, and I'm truly honored and blessed to now be able to call you my sister. So one last point has to be made. The Collinses have been feeding my brother for 12 years now. Every holiday dinner, Joe and Allie, it's always been 2 dinners, split between 2 families. But now officially, you can say you're not going down, not to the Collinses, but to have dinner with your family. I'm truly happy to be with you both today and to share that first official family dinner together. I love you guys both. So let's raise a glass. And cheers to the first family dinner together. Love you guys.
One more round of applause for Evan, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear it.
All right, I was feeling good until McKenna went up and made me cry. We'll see how yeah, thanks for that.
Alex Hall.
Are you going to blame Allie? That's a good move, playing with Mariah. I've got a bunch of notes written down. Something tells me these are going to be worthless. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sam. This is not going to go well. I'm already about to. I've known this guy for a long time. I've been one of Joe's best friends since middle school. I actually knew him before then, so it's been that long, and somehow we're not sick of each other just yet. But grew up on the same street and went to the same schools as both Joe and Allie, so I really have been there since day one. Going up on, 13 years now? Yeah, aren't you guys fucking cute? Took you long. Don't hold your breath with this one. Took you long enough. Anyway, what people don't know about Joe and I is that we actually started out not being the biggest fans of one another. I had just moved onto the street, and I remember calling him the cocky soccer kid who talks too much. I would just look over like 2 houses down and see him juggling a soccer ball for hours on end, shirtless. Like, what an asshole. Like the only kid in 6th grade who's got a 6-pack. I'm like, I hate him. Like, right away hated him. But, obviously, joke's on me. We all know how that paid off. He ended up playing soccer. Any professional athletes in the crowd? Like, this guy's amazing, right? So joke's on me. It ended up paying off. But that was like 6th grade. It was middle school when we really became friends and started playing endless hours of video games together and throwing the football in the street and making fun of our younger brothers. Evan, sorry, the amount of jokes going on there. Yes, it's our job. We're older brothers. Riding the bus to school, yelling at kids out the window. A lot of regrettable, whatever. I'm 14. And then we upgraded, and I started driving us to school, and Allie as well. And that was kind of the start of everything you're seeing now. And I don't know, as time went on, I got to know Allie more and more. And as one of Joe's best friends, it's my job to worry about, he's so great. Who's he going to end up with? And then you get to know Allie more and more, and you're like, she's so great. Who's, you know what I mean? Like, is he good enough? Is Joe good enough for her? Like, honestly, like at some point that changed, and that's the way it goes. No, all jokes aside, though, really, I've always felt extremely lucky to have Joe as a close friend. I've always looked up to him. He's excelled at literally everything he's tried his hand at, whether it's academically, athletically, professionally. I mean, you name it. He's always been the benchmark for greatness, and it's why he's achieved all the things that he has, honestly. In other words, you've been making me look bad for 18 years. Stop. Still friends. It's my job. Yeah. You know what? To that point, it's funny. Like our moms are close friends too, and it's like I can only imagine how those conversations go. They're like walking the dogs, and you know, Joe's mom's like, you know, especially like end of college, we all have that fork in the road moment. What's gonna happen? You're gonna move? What job are you gonna get? Like no one knows what's gonna happen. And Pam's like, you know, Joseph's got a job offer from a very reputable company as a consultant. He's gonna make a lot of money, but he also has this offer to play professional soccer. Like it's quite the dilemma. And my mom's like, Sam just got blackout drunk and broke his ankle skateboarding. True story. That actually happened. Yeah, I don't limp, but it's a little, you know, it was never the same after that. Alright, I'm going out of order here, so let me, you know. Okay, I'm just gonna skip ahead because I'm taking too long anyway. No? It's all good. Alright. Anyway, I went ahead of myself here. I'm getting out of order. I'm just fucking, I'm riffing right now. I'm vibing. This is where we're going. Okay. So, honestly, okay, so like Joe, I've known Allie for a long time, right? And like I said earlier, I mean, I've only gotten to know her more, and it's like, honestly, Allie, like, you're so amazing. Seriously, you're like loving, sweet, caring. You're so beautiful. Especially, I know I've said it 100 times. Can everyone just look at Allie? Like, oh my God. She looks literally like an actual princess, actual angel. It's ridiculous. Your mom walked up and was like, wait till you see Allie. And I was like, yeah, she's gonna look beautiful, I get it, of course. And I'm like, oh my God, like you look so amazing. So this is great. And honestly, like, you're clearly patient, right? I mean, let's be honest, right? You're such a sweetheart, Allie. I'm so happy that my best friend in the world, I love this dude more than you know, more than he knows. He's the best person I've ever met. Easily, hands down. Like, he doesn't know this, but when something difficult comes up in my life, which happens in all of our lives, right? I literally think, what would Joe do? I've never told him that. He doesn't know that. And that literally happens. What would Joe do? Because that's how much I look up to him. He's so smart, and he knows when to take things seriously. He knows when to laugh things off. He's got it all. He's the complete you literally, as great as you are, you married the perfect guy. He's that great. All right. Anyway, okay. As time goes on, I don't know. This is true of everyone here, I guess. We've gotten a little older. We start to appreciate the little things more and the important people and you know, important events that have taken place in our lives. Personally, I've moved a lot. I've had a lot of different jobs. I've met a lot of different people, and I still keep coming back to this guy. He's that great. He's truly one of a kind. Allie, as much shit as I like giving this guy, as fun as I have doing it, you know that you just married the guy. He's the guy. He's easily one of my favorite people I've ever met. I met him when I was 10. I mean, that blows my mind. I've known him that long. I know I wouldn't be the same person without him, and I know I'm definitely not the only person in this room who can say that. That's how much I look up to him. You know, some of you know I recently moved to Denver from California, and there were a lot of positive reasons for that. I wanted to do that, but there were some negatives too, you know, most notably being further away from loved ones. And even though we were both in California, you were in NorCal, I was in SoCal, you know, we weren't next door neighbors anymore, but at least it was the same state. And even though we're further away, you know, it doesn't at all worry me. You are my brother, man. I love you with all of my heart. I would not be the same without you. You're the best person I've known. I love you, man. Like, I really do. You're so important to me. You don't know. All right, let's wrap this up. I've overstayed my welcome here. All right, I just want to close by having everyone kind of take a moment to look around and see what's happening. This is such a good day. Everyone here is having such a good time. The two best people I know are getting married. We all fall into our, you know, monotonous routines. We all have jobs, right? some of us like our jobs, some of us don't, right? Like we fall into the same routines. Maybe it's this, that, like maybe your whole thing is looking forward to football on Sunday. Whatever it is, it's like, it's boring, right? So many days blur together. This is not one of those days. This is an important day. This is my favorite day. I love today. This is great. It went just about as perfectly as it could have. And I'm so happy to be here and have the honor of giving my 2 cents, because I have been there since day one, and this is amazing. This isn't something to be forgotten or glossed over. This is special. This is a good day, and everyone in this room can feel it. All right. To 2 of the best people anyone could ever have the pleasure of knowing. May life bring you nothing but love, excitement, and meaning. To Joe and Allie.
One more round of applause for Sam, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for him. We're going to go ahead and...
Thanks, Sam. That was awesome. Hi, all. Yeah, I'm going to drink. Hi, all. My name's Pat Match, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to say a few words tonight. First, I'd like to take a moment to thank Joe Sr. and Pam, along with Beth and Ed, for making this night happen, and hosting all of us this incredible evening. Thank you. Allie, you look absolutely stunning tonight. Joe, you look nice too. In all seriousness, you two worked to create a night that would make a lasting memory, and I can promise you no one today will ever forget tonight. You did an amazing job. Also, shout out to Sam for crushing it on the keys today. Yeah. I'll be honest, I hate public speaking. There are very few people on earth I do this for. Joe, after taking 20 classes together at UCLA and 15 years of friendship, I never thought my inspiring A+ speech from public speaking class, titled Stinky Cheese Whale Wars, would have led me to this moment. So, this legendary speech was conceived over many beers a few short hours before it was due in a bar with my friend Joe. It was a singular class I repeat, ever received a higher grade than Joe Sophia in. I can't help but think that this stinky cheese speech might still continue to haunt you, because in return this is some form of punishment on your wedding day, so payback's a bitch, right? But buckle up, Joe, here comes round 2. As you may or may not know, I've had the privilege to know and call Joe one of my best friends. Whoa. Roommates and brothers for over a decade. To explain the start of our friendship, I'm going to take you guys all back to our teen years. Thank you for mentioning the crazy hair that Joe used to have, because I almost forgot about that. Our friendship wasn't always rainbows and butterflies. Actually, it was quite the opposite. Thankfully, the fateful moment of Joe and I's first interaction was captured on film. I'll do a little, this is Exhibit A for everyone to see here. I want to say we were 13 or 14 then? And Big Joe, you may have taken that photo for all I know, so thank you. I've had that frame for a while. It just so happens to be a battle on the soccer field. We only knew each other through reputation and through mutual friends in the soccer community. As exemplified in this photo, I was clearly very intimidated by you. I wish I could say it's a metaphor of our friendship of me carrying you on my back, but that just wouldn't be true. Who would have thought this moment would lead to a lifelong friendship, to us traveling the world, heading to college as partners in crime? be next to you today. Also, Allie has a long-running joke that we're secretly lovers. And after reviewing this photo, I can see where your initial inclination started. So, oh man, I didn't think it was going to be this hard. Joy's and I's stories are endless. Late night talk with Chucks, early surf sessions, Tuesday pint night with the boys. I'd love to share more, but I think one word sums those college years up best. It starts with the letter B and ends with chug. Hey, Allie, what's so funny? Wipe the smirk off your face over there. For as long as I have known Joe and Allie, the fact that you attract and keep extraordinary people in your lives. As I look around here today, that special power that you both possess to surround yourself with incredible people has never been more evident. I'm so honored to be here tonight, to be a part of the J&A circle. Is something special. I've been lucky to watch your relationship grow and develop through the years, and it's about damn time, Joe.
Yes.
To marry your best friend and the love of your life, no, Allie, I'm not talking about me. It only happens to the lucky and rare few. Allie, in all seriousness, I can honestly tell you, since our early days of friendship, that you were the one for Joe. I distinctly remember Joe trying to hide the fact that you were dating, in order to avoid being hazed by all the boys at strikers practice. Sorry, Joe. One thing I know for certain is that one of Joe's proudest moments was when he officially told me you were dating. He was glowing with happiness. He was glowing with happiness, and to this day, that excitement has never changed. You are Joe's light and his purpose. He's been by his side through everything, the good and the bad. Whether it was our late night Skype calls in the dorms together, our roomy nights on the road where Joe and I would sneak you in to our hotels without the coaches knowing, and especially Big Joe not knowing. Our Diddy Reese runs late at night, or our endless late nights out on the town with your weird ratchet music obsession. Over the course of the past 10 years, we have spent a lot of time together. And I can only wait for the memories we will make in the future. Thank you for letting me be a part of your story. This is the hard part. Joe?
You got it, Pat.
All I can say is how happy I am for you. Just know that I'll always be your warm-up partner. Before the big games of life. Even though we no longer get taped up side by side. Always me first because you have a weird OCD and superstitious. I'm just a few long balls away. I'll always be there anytime to play under your wing. Wow, this is really hard.
Yeah, Pat!
I'll always be your biggest fan. Amanda and I love you both. And we'll always be your family. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for both of you. Just know that we're always here by your side. On that note, I'd like to raise a toast to the newlyweds. I love you both so much. Congratulations.
Keep it going for Pat, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear it out there.
Really? Hey, I just want to recognize that the reason that we stand up here and we're so emotional is only because we love you guys so much.
Yep. Yes.
And I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. So I'm the closer though, so. First of all, Beth and I would like to thank, again, all of you for coming out. This is a really bespoke event. And to put together a bespoke custom event like this, it takes a lot of people. And I just want to thank everybody. And I'm not going to name everybody personally because I'll forget somebody, but there are a lot of hands and legs that have gotten into this thing to put together this incredible event. So I just want to thank everybody. Let's have a round of applause for everybody that has participated in this incredible, wonderful weekend event. So I had, well, here's the emotional. It turns out I have an emotional family. I had a few people that said to me, Ed, hey man, are you feeling emotional about this? Your daughter's getting married. And as it came up, I said, no, Joe has been in our family for 12 years now. He truly is our son. He's got a couple sets of parents. He's truly our son. So no, I'm cool, man. This is just like the evolution of the relationship, of the, this is going to be, it's just an event. I'm cool. I'm excited and I'm happy, but I'm cool. And then you might have seen me walking on the beach.
I did.
Right. I'm one step and I broke down. So it's because we love you guys so much. It's so much. I want to recognize everybody here. You guys refer to my people. Everybody here is in that group. Everybody here is part of their peeps. And I think that's awesome. It's such an honor for me to be here and for all of us to be participating in this because it's an honor to be part of your people, right? There are people that have flown in internationally. A couple of people have gotten on a flight and flown here internationally, and we want to thank you for that. There are people that have flown from out of market. We thank you for that. They've driven in from out of market, from like the Bay Area. That's a long-ass drive. Thank you for that. And then people from our neighborhoods that have come in. So we thank everybody for coming in. It's been awesome. This is an incredible group of people. It's an incredible group of people. As we get to talk to all of you, get to know you after a couple of these events, it's awesome. It's a blessing to see the friends that you've made, the family that you've had, and the people that are in your lives. It's awesome. I'm going to try, look, I went in the bathroom and I got tissue because it's coming. So I ask you to be patient with me. This is my opportunity to talk to the two of you guys. I'm going to start with a little story. This is an interesting thing, I think. The day I turned 21 years old, I'm not sure why I did this, but the day I turned 21 years old, I went out and I bought 3 bottles of wine. And the intent of that was to share one day with my children at their wedding. I hadn't met Beth yet, and I didn't know how many kids I was going to have, but we've been blessed with 3 wonderful daughters. And tonight is that first bottle of wine. So, wow. As a 21-year-old young man, what I didn't know is that white wine doesn't age very well. But here it is. This is it. If you look at this closely, it's about a third empty. I don't know if that's seepage. I don't know if it's evaporation. I don't know if it's the vinegar factor. I'm not sure, but it's about a third empty. There's all kinds of crap on the cork. It's pretty much toxic. But this is literally the bottle of wine that I bought 37 years ago to share this evening with Joe and Allie. That being said, no. That being said, there's another bottle of wine that hopefully we can share tonight. Have a small glass. Well, there's a better bottle of wine in here. So let's share that. Here's the important thing. The bottle of wine actually was stored in this very box. It sat in our closet, it sat in storage for 37 years. Okay? Kind of cool. So what I'd like to do tonight, if I may, if you guys are open to it, is I'd like to start a new family tradition. So this box now says, we had it engraved, Allie and Joe, the Sophias, established November 21st, 2021. We'd like to start a family tradition that Beth and I would gift this wine to you, and it's hopefully able to age a little better than that crappy bottle. But we gift that to you guys, and at the wedding of your first child, you share that bottle of wine with them. So hopefully that's a new family tradition. And then when you have subsequent kids, we'll buy a bottle of wine on their birthday, you share that with them on their wedding day. So that's been a long time coming. It's red wine, yes. That's a fair question. So now let me speak to the two of you. First of all, I'm going to go back to the comment. Are you going to be emotional? No, I'm not. I'm cool. But I sat down a couple weeks ago just to put down in words what I wanted to say tonight. And I sat down and sat at my computer in my office by myself, and I started writing some things out. And I literally texted Beth 30 seconds into it, and I said, oh no, this is going to be a problem. I'm going to be way more emotional than I thought. So again, please bear with me. What I want to say to you guys is how proud I am of both of you, how proud I am of each of you. Joe, Warren Buffett is quoted as saying, I only do business with people that I like, that I admire, and that I trust. And I want to let you know, I love you, but I also like you. And there's a difference there. I like spending time with you. I like hanging out with you. I like talking with you. I like watching ball games, drinking beers. I genuinely like you, and you have so much charisma. Clearly, people like you. So you're a very likable guy. I like you. I admire you. You're very goal-oriented. You know, you put something out there, and you find a way to get to it. You're very planful. You have a great work ethic, and I admire that. I also admire the relationship you have with Allie. I admire that. The way you treat her, how much you love her, that's apparent, and I admire that. And if you know me, the most important thing is I trust you, bro. And I'm trusting you with my people. So I look forward to you continuing all of those attributes and being a great dad and a great husband and having a great family. Here's where it gets emotional. Allie, when you have a child, you hope and pray that that child has certain attributes, that she is kind, and she is friendly, and she is generous, and she is loyal. And you are all those things. As a dad, I also hope for a couple other things, that you are strong and independent, and you are those things. And I think that's awesome. But when I sat down, I said, how would I describe Allie? I describe you as an easy person, Al. You are an easy baby. You're an easy child. You're even an easy teenager. And now what we find is Allie is easy to talk to. She's easy to be a friend with. She's easy to love. She's easy to trust. And what we see in this group is it's easy to get into a deep relationship with you. And that's meaningful. Like, I've talked to several people here tonight about how meaningful that relationship is. And it's not just, oh, this is my friend, and these are one of my peeps, you know? So that's an awesome thing. I really admire that. So if I'm giving advice as, you know, the old dad, by the way, I thought that kayak was pitch.
It was a canoe, but
A canoe. So here's my version of that. Life is a roller coaster ride. It's not like a roller coaster ride, it's a roller coaster ride. And you don't want to be sitting in the front car holding on to that bar by yourself. Click, 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 going up. Who wants that? That's boring. What you want is to have your person next to you in the car with 4 hands on the bar, leaning into the turn, and the hand grabs your hand, and you know they've got you, right? So, I'm going to do a little toast here. I don't have a glass. Oh, I have water. So, thank you. So, let's toast, if we may, whatever you got. It's a simple toast. I want to toast Allie and Joe, that they have a fun ride. We love you, we honor you, and we wish you a great, happy life. Salud.
Salud.
One more round of applause for Ed, ladies and gentlemen, the father of your bride tonight.